This is the only one that's drinking.
But that's more on
good
Twitter
question.
also.
Hey, they're telling
Live
me.
now? We're live now?
We are?
Yeah, I think so. Hold on. Let me
What
see.
about
Did I
feet
get it?
stuff?
What about feet stuff, dude?
Is there the kinds of creators who will like say like, oh, you know, mail me something and I'll step on it and
Oh,
I'll
here we
send
go.
it back to
Probably.
you? Yeah, for 100% that happens.
Yeah,
It
for
has
sure.
to. Josh, how much would you pay for someone to send you a personalized foot stomp thing?
What do you mean?
Yeah, I heard there's a lot of money in it. So
There's a lot of
let's
money
say
in
we
it.
send an AOTB cake
Okay.
and they step on it and then they mail it back to you. How would you pay for that?
I mean,
how much
yeah.
would
I'm not
y'all
into
pay
that, so
for
I
that?
wouldn't pay for it.
You wouldn't pay for it. What
No.
would you pay for?
That's a good fucking question, dude. I'd pay for somebody to do my taxes so I can get a bigger return.
Shit.
OnlyFans.
can.
OnlyFans.
Do my
Sexual related stuff.
Sexually related.
Do my
stuff.
taxes butt naked.
Oh, there you go. That's a good
There
one.
you go.
All right. Hey, welcome to another episode of Aliens on the Border, and we have a couple of very special guests that we'll introduce in just a moment. This is the badass intro song that everybody loves.
Aliens on the border.
The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found.
Faster than light, spaceship of the future.
Our direction of the President of the United States, stay in your home.
Is it human or inhuman? Earthly or unearthly?
Born in that swirling inferno of radioactive dust, there is no word to describe them.
We may be witnesses to a biblical prophecy come true.
Why is it that we usually ignore the fourth dimension?
Is this the human race of the future?
Aliens on the border.
You can see yourself sliding.
What's good? We're not broke anymore.
We're not, motherfuckers. We're back and we're paid, and we're out here trying to make sure everybody gets laid, right?
That was
Nice.
good. Yeah.
Yeah?
Right. That's
Yeah?
the intro. Hey, what's going on? I'm Big Daddy Roger.
I'm Rogelio.
I'm Rogelius. And next to me is Small Daddy.
Okay. No, hi. I'm Josh, and I'm the host of this show known as Aliens on the Border. I'm here with Roger, the co-host, and today we actually have
Another
some-
host. I'm
Yeah.
also a host, dude.
Nah, you're a co-host. Yeah,
I'm a host.
creator slash host, co-host.
All right.
No? All right. Well, anyways, thank you guys for tuning
Egos
in
are
to
getting
another
hurt
fucking. Yeah, maybe they are. But thank you for tuning in to another episode, and we have some fucking crazy guests for you guys tonight. So, firstly, over here to my left, we have Miss Marlene Uribe, the host of That's Just My Opinion.
That's Just My
Woo.
Opinion
Fuck,
pod.
I forgot the clap of noise. I'm sorry. And we also have the mysterious Leo, and I'm saying mysterious because I don't know if there's any other names attached to that or not. So
I know you as Izzy. Who's Leo?
Yeah.
I only know
I have
Leo
multiple
as
names,
Multiple
Leo.
yeah.
names.
Yeah.
What's
I only
the
know
real
you as
one?
Leo.
No, just kidding.
That's how you
Say
keep
it.
the secret.
What's your real name?
I have 4 real names. Like my real name is 4 long names because I'm Mexican.
Mexican like that.
Oh,
Mexican.
nice, cool.
Yeah.
I have 3 names, like a first name, middle name, last name.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah, so do
you
I.
know what I mean? Wait, you have a middle name?
Yeah.
What's your middle
It's
name?
Javier, dude.
What?
No bullshit.
You're fucking lying.
I'm
right
not
now.
lying, dude. My name is.
No, I'm sorry.
Dude,
I
I'll
didn't
bring
mean to laugh.
this shit up.
That's so unexpected.
I'll pull this shit out right now. My
No,
name.
dude, I don't want to see it.
Let me see your address.
Look, bro.
What's your address, dude?
Pull out your social.
Oh yeah, you're not even lying.
I'm not lying, dude.
I just saw his social security number.
It's on my
Yo,
social
Picasso,
security.
can you bump up number 2? I just need some more headphones. No, on the top corner over there. Number 2.
That's the
Yeah.
one.
I need some more snare in my headphones.
my
There we
headphones
go.
up.
Oh, there.
Headphones.
Perfect.
my headphones up.
Thank you. All right, dude. So if you guys were looking at our Instagram yesterday, we posed a question of what you would ask an OnlyFans content creator. So we're gonna answer all of those questions because we have one of the highest grossing content creators out there.
Secrets out.
Rogelio
I have an
Ramirez.
OnlyFans. Sorry,
Top
Mom.
2%. Top 2%.
Sorry,
Top 2%
Mom.
creators, dude.
Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Dad.
And it's all just pictures of his ball sack. That's all it is.
It's
just
very clean.
Sack pictures.
It's
Sponsored
just
by Manscaped. Sponsor us.
What's the name of your
Personalized.
page?
It's called Big Daddy Roger. I don't have an OnlyFans. I'm just kidding.
No,
right,
we're
so-
joking. We're joking. So actually, Miss Leo is our super duper special guest. That is the OnlyFans content creator, and the whole idea for like this fucking podcast, I kind of was just like, I don't know, thinking about what we could do, and I was like, you know what? Why don't we dive into the world of like this adult content from the perspective of a woman? So we reached out to Leo /Izzy /Incognito.
If we're going behind the curtain a little bit, he pitched this idea to me, and I was like, dude, we need to have Marlene sit in. He was like, yeah, wait, why? And I'm like, could you
Because I have an
imagine?
OnlyFans too. Duh.
I was like, could you imagine like us sitting here
Just
alone
just
with
stupid.
Leo, just like, hey, so how much money? How much money do you
How
make?
much do you charge?
So
do you do private pictures or?
yeah, so I
I'm so
figured it
weird.
was going to be a little weird. So also, yeah, Marlene is sitting here, who, if you haven't checked it out, you are having a new episode drop
Tomorrow
Tomorrow.
morning.
tomorrow.
Yeah, so I've decided that honestly, it's been a struggle kind of finding out when like a premiere of like weekly is.
So you
like,
talked about it last one that we were on, right?
Yeah. But I was doing like Wednesdays at midnight, right? And then I was like, okay, no, maybe Thursday. So now like the new episode comes out tomorrow. It's actually tomorrow at 6 a.m. And it doesn't really have to do anything with OnlyFans, but it does have to do with my vagina. So
Nice.
I'm actually having a Brazilian during the episode. So
Like a dude?
while I'm
Yes.
recording it.
I mean, I would sure
So
hope
like
not.
while I'm recording it, I'm having my first Brazilian ever because I had never had a
Brazilian wax, all right. Not a Brazilian.
Man.
Yeah.
I've never had a Brazilian man before, so I did him during the episode.
And we're broken up. We're officially announcing it. Thank you guys. That was the episode.
This is how cool we are.
No, but like, let's fucking dive into it like right out the gate. I've got a solid question for you, and this is one that a lot of people ask, but I wanted to just ask myself.
We had the most
Hella.
questions.
Yeah.
The most
Good.
questions. And you know what? Good questions. Not
just
like
dumb shit.
Not
Fucking
like
mamadas.
dumb shit. Because people like, we had the Saludos episode. We posted a question like, hey, we're gonna be talking to some brewers. What kind of questions you want to ask? And one of them was like, would you suck a dick for a beer? And I was like, fuck, dude.
The
I
answer
mean,
was
but would
unequivocally
they?
yes.
I didn't ask. Maybe I should have.
We asked after the cast, and the answer was unequivocally yes.
Yes, it
If it was the right one.
Just kidding. Shout out to those.
No. Well, I mean, Roger asked me,
Shout
and I
out.
said yes. But anyway, so this was the first question that I wanted to dive into with, like, how did you go about becoming an OnlyFans content creator?
How did the idea
There's
come
a weird
to
way
you?
to pose that. What's your origin story? You know,
Give
like
me your
it's-
origin story.
No, yeah, I
Did they?
thought-
What are
yeah,
your
I
parents in front of you
figured.
like a young Bruce Wayne?
So, it's not because I needed money or anything. Honestly, it was straight out of pettiness, basically. So,
Pettiness?
yeah,
Okay.
that's the right word. I
Okay.
was.
Let her finish her story.
No,
and
I
maybe
just wanted to make sure I heard her correctly. I'm sorry.
I was like 2 years in my relationship, and it was a bumpy relationship, not the best relationship, honestly, but it's around right when the pandemic started, and that started blowing up a little, like slowly.
A
by
little.
Yeah,
A
blowing
lot.
up, but like just not here in Laredo. You get me? Like, as far as I knew.
Can you adjust the microphone like just closer to you, just a little
Yeah.
bit?
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
So I go to my ex. I was like, hey, do you want to make an account together? We can record stuff together. And he's like, no. Why would we do that? No, I don't want to record that stuff. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Wait a minute. Why? Like, I don't know. Something just like didn't feel right. I was like, whatever. Months later, sure enough, he had his own account subscribed to a bunch of the girls while we were together.
What?
So he doesn't call it cheating, but that's, I don't know. He had sent $200 to other girls, and they're all local creators also.
$200.
Damn, son,
Yeah.
yo,
Okay,
we
well,
need to start one.
Shout out to my ex. You fucked up.
Big
Anyway, I was like, oh my God. He's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm like, a bunch of different girls. And I know some of them. They're all locals. You get me? Like, they're all ladies here. And I was like, okay. I'm going to make my own account. I don't care. Fuck you, dude. And I did. Sure enough, dude, not even kidding. That's like a week in, I made those $200. I remember fucking bragging to him because I was like, dude, fuck you. I didn't need you to make this account to actually like get something out of it. I just, it was just, I guess I had, people were already waiting to get, and when I went ahead, it just went ahead. It happened, and he didn't mind at first until months later when he wanted to pull something. He's like, well, you're OnlyFans. I'm like, bro, don't even, dude.
That's work.
So
homie.
Y'all were still together when you started it?
Yes.
Interesting.
He didn't mind until later on, until it was convenient for him to bring it up. But he was the reason I brought it up. I made it because, he went ahead and did his own thing. So did I. And sure enough, I'm in the top 13%. And I've been able to do really well without him, obviously. And like, holy shit.
I want to put it, I want to just like make a note to like circle back to that part about the relationships. But that top 13% that you're mentioning, like how is that measured? Is that like just like based on like the income or?
Oh no, it's based on like how interactive your followers are and how often you get followers and stuff like that. And it's not even just new followers. It's like when they subscribe back again, you get me.
So like renewals.
Yeah,
like renewals.
It's all about interactions. You get me? Like it's a website. It's a website that runs on interactions basically. So yeah.
That's fucking dope.
So when you started, how did you feel? Like how? Like you said you started out of pettiness. Did that like impulse you to like do hella good or like create a lot of content or
I'm a impulsive like kind of person, and like I just went at it, and I bought like cute little suits, and he was there, and he was just sort of watching me just go ahead and
so you were creating content in front of him.
He didn't care.
Okay.
Most of the time,
cool.
sometimes he was just like, whatever, and he would go ahead and play his games or whatever, and he would like ignore me that way.
And like you would record yourself, like he wouldn't ever record you.
No,
I'd be like, yo, let me bring out the camera. I got the fucking lights. Let's make this shit a production.
But like even if he was more supportive, there was other things in that relationship that just didn't work out. But still, like he wasn't really that like hands-in. It was just on me. Like even now, my content and even on my normal Instagram, it's also timers and stuff like that. I don't have anyone taking photos for me or anything. I just went for it, and I figured out my angles. I figured out what they keep asking for and what gets more likes and stuff like that.
That leads us into one of the questions that was asked. And hold on, let me see if I can pull it up real quick so I can give them credit for it. But one of the questions was...
Did they say that they were going to... I mean, I don't know if we want to put everybody on blast. No.
Okay.
Yeah, just say the question.
All right, well,
they'll know who it was.
One of the questions was exactly that. Like, what's some of your most requested content?
Oh, I guess, let me think about it. Because it varies. I guess like sex tapes, honestly, but I don't really do those because that requires me
like to have a partner.
To have a partner.
Yeah.
To have a partner, and I don't really date that much, and like, I guess if it's people that haven't really subscribed to me, I just recycle videos. I'm sorry. My bad.
I'm sorry, fans.
I'm sorry, fans.
Taking a peek behind the curtain.
Because it's usually sex videos and like point of view sex videos. It's not like you see like two people. They want to see from the sense of the other person.
They want to see penetration.
Yeah. Basically,
like if it was them doing it to you.
Them, like another video request was like, oh, like can you like record yourself as if you're giving head? So like to put like I guess a dildo there and like like that. And I was like, what?
This is.
You're like, that's too much work. Do you want a picture?
It was too much. It is too much work, and it was. Like, I was like, no, because like I don't need. I don't. It's not really something I really need to do. You get me? It's just passive income for me, so I don't really have to. I don't have. No. No.
And so, like, what is So I don't know. I want to say, I've never seen what OnlyFans is. I imagine it's like a. You subscribe. I've heard that you subscribe.
Okay, Roger, we understand Xiomara's here and you don't want to say that.
No,
I
would flat out say if I subscribe to somebody, but I actually have not.
And you've never I've looked into OnlyFans, and I remember Bretman Rock had an OnlyFans, and I subscribed to that bitch real quick.
I opened up.
He just posted
links.
selfies of himself.
Dude, my ex had Bella Thorne. My ex had Bella Thorne. I remember laughing so hard. I'm like, you're gonna stupid money too. That stupid up. Girl,
I mean, dude, she made a stupid amount of money on
I know,
there.
right? Like she didn't
Who's
even post a
Bella
lot
Thorne?
though.
See, actually, you know what's interesting about the Bella Thorne thing is I know about that because
You know
apparently
her.
a lot of people got pissed off about it, right? That she
Oh,
was charging.
something
She
about
like
tips or
she
something.
hiked
right?
the price of like
She-
content, and it,
It kind of messed with the market. Like it didn't even happen for that long, so I didn't really care. But a lot of creators were a little iffy about it because it was a lot of like clickbait kind of stuff, and she
Yeah.
just went for the money, and then people were like, "Nah, but you don't really get that much or whatever." I saw it on his account. No, like, she's really attractive though. Like I get it why people went for it. 'Cause she's
Yeah.
oh, obviously you get me.
Is she really? I don't know who this bitch is. The fuck.
I can't remember. I, just
I
know
don't think
that
Bella Thorne is that pretty.
I'm gonna look her up
mean,
real quick because I
How
don't
did
know who
she
it is.
age?
Well, so my
Oh,
point.
yeah, that's a good
My
point
point
right
on that was
there.
that, like I remember I was I did look into it, right? I opened up OnlyFans and then I was like, okay, like I want to see like what it's like because I saw a bunch of like, dude, my Facebook feed, especially at that time in the pandemic, was just like, hey, check out my OnlyFans, right? And I was just kind of like, I'm kind of curious. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of curious.
Fine, I'll do
I
it.
click it, and then it would just show like like nothing, right? It was just kind of like locked pictures.
I feel like
and-
it kind of has like a Twitter feed vibe.
Yeah, it's a mixture of Instagram and Twitter, basically.
Facts.
But like, there's two accounts of OnlyFans that creators can make. The account that it's like free, and then you subscribe, but you have to pay for the singular content, or the one that you pay for the entire thing, and you get some content, and then you can sell individual custom content, which is the one that I have.
Nice.
I was about to ask, which one do you have?
Yeah, the second one. Yeah.
Which one do you recommend?
Wait, so there's
The
I didn't
second
know there was different like.
so there's
I didn't know that either.
the more like people that actually have an accountant for this and are more like professionally involved with this have both accounts. They have a free one for like that like if you want to
Little
tip,
peek.
yeah, a little peek, and if you want to put some money, it's right there. And then if you want to be actually invested, it's the other one. I haven't come to bother to make another one. Like, que hueva, like.
Yeah.
It's not what you're trying to do.
No, it's
like
not
you're not
what I'm
trying to
to
be
do.
full time.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's just me monetizing.
But could it
feeling
be?
good.
That's could it be full time?
Of course, yeah.
100%.
100%. Yeah, you can get an accountant and you can get like financially stable off of this if you're really smart on it. On income taxes, you can put this as
That's what I was
reimbursement and everything. I had to pay taxes last year because of
Holy
this.
shit, really?
Yeah, and hella salty about it because I'm not even from here. I can't even vote, and I had to pay taxes.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing Texas will do. They will tax you.
Well,
So,
I mean, because I heard that was a thing too. Like even now with like crypto exchange and then
Yep.
even your Cash App exchange.
Yeah,
I was about to
stuff
say
now,
even with Cash App
that's-
and Venmo now, if you have over a certain
yeah,
amount
they're
of money,
fucking
it's over,
everybody
like,
over with like
600.
small businesses. That's kind of crazy. So but yeah. So then I guess kind of circling back to that initial question that I had, and I know somebody had asked it too. What was it like in terms of like your interpersonal relationships? Like, you mentioned your relationship, your boyfriend at the time, but what was it like for like your family, your friends that found out?
So, most of my friends were really supportive, and I've actually had friends that be like, "Hey, once I get money or whatever, I'll subscribe to you and everything," but like to support, not because you get me looking for anything like that.
yeah, that's
you
what
get
they
me?
say. That's what they say.
And I'm like, "Oh, thank you so much," or whatever, and I really appreciate that. And then there's just people that just got quiet, they just didn't really say anything, which was I appreciate also because
But wait. So
that's on the friend side.
on
But
OnlyFans, like if you make an account, like do you know who it is, or is it anonymous?
also the thing. There's people that are really ballsy and put their first and last name, and
Me
I can
as
just
fuck. Signing on to Bretman
they're real
Rocks.
ballsy. And then there's people that put like all these different names, a whole different name, and I'm like, okay, why even bother try to decipher anything like that? At first, when I first started, I was like really paranoid because
You're like, who is this?
Yeah,
You were like,
who
who is
is this?
this?
Like, did I block all my family? And did I do the right job? And so I
Damn.
was like paranoid, but then eventually, I've had over 300 different fans, and I just, those people get lost, and you just never know, and so, it's just crazy.
300. What's your lowest tier? Like your like subscribe.
Like
point?
how much do you charge?
Yeah,
for,
how
like,
much do you charge for like a subscription?
Oh, I think it's $15 right now, yeah.
$15. So if you do 300 by 15, math, I don't know.
And that's not counting that some of those
4,500.
people are monthly subscribers. They pay $15 for how many months they want.
Yeah.
That's
And then some
$4,500.
people And then
Damn, son.
And then some people just ask me like, hey, can I
Fire.
have this custom video? And then I make the custom video, but like it's not really that custom. It's just like, oh, can you like, in this position or whatever. I was like, yeah, sure. It's only for you. I send it to everyone, and everyone pays the exact same
Fucking
price.
template thing right there.
So do you want to
Damn.
sponsor AOTB or?
I know, right?
Do you want a commercial on the episode?
For
Cause
real, dude. Subscribe now.
subscribe now.
Do one of the do a code, like a discount code. And just be
Sometimes
like AOTB
I have like like on Valentine's or New Year's, I do like 20% off, for 1 month, and then I actually get a lot of more people, but they're in there, and then they see my content, and then they stay there, and then ask for more content, and then that's
That's how you get 'em.
Businesswoman.
Is the majority of your subscribers males? Obviously, right?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I would immediately have assumed males. I don't know why. I didn't think.
So the most vocal ones, the most like bien vergas ones are the male ones, and the female ones that I know they're females are just watching. They don't say anything.
Just lurking.
They're just lurking. But like I actually subscribe.
Maybe
to
they
Taking
just
notes.
enjoy in
before,
silence.
and that's all
Why
I
do
did.
they have to lurk?
Oh, I had a question actually about content specifically. So like, can people screenshot this stuff, or how does that work?
Oh, probably 100%.
Oh,
But like,
okay.
I mean, the thing is that I don't post these things anywhere else, like on my Instagram or anything else. So I know where it came from, and then what?
Right.
It happens to everyone, honestly, even before OnlyFans, that their stuff gets screenshotted.
Yeah,
and
well,
posted
that
on
was
things.
my.
Dude,
That was,
yeah.
So I would imagine that like a site like this, especially if you're like selling content, because I think just before this there was the whole thing about like premium Snapchats.
Yes.
There was things about like if you were like screenshot, like it was like an Instaban or something like that. But there was also what's the word, DMCA protection. If you screenshot something that's like licensed to like OnlyFans or whatever,
So yeah.
that it would
If I want
it
to,
would be
I can.
deleted.
I can take legal action. If
Oh,
I
no
find
shit.
Out, I can take legal action if I find out that my content is being shared and sold anywhere else. But like, I haven't really seen it. I've searched it up like once or twice. When there's those like blow ups online and like, oh, there's a bunch of nudes being
Yeah,
in
yeah.
those,
I've seen
in
those.
those threads, and like I've never gotten reached out about it or never heard anything on my end. So
Do you think you would mind?
I mean, honestly, there's some creators that got put there, and the way they say it, I get it. It's just free advertisement. It's one photo out of so many more in that account that these people don't have access to that they could if they paid.
And I think you kind of do you go into it like with an expectation that something like that might happen?
No, I don't.
It just never really crosses your mind, right?
Didn't even
No,
think about
I,
it?
I just. Then what? You get me? Like a bunch of people go through it, I guess. So it's just happens. It's just life. You get me?
Right. My favorite question on there was one of my favorites, because there was a couple of good ones, but one of them was how do you deal with all the creeps?
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
And how, I mean, are there creeps? I imagine there are. There has to be.
100%. There is a lot of them that sent unsolicited pics, and thankfully.
Wait, you can send stuff on OnlyFans? I thought it was like a one-way transaction.
No, they can send stuff. But the thing is that OnlyFans protects it. It makes it blurry, kind of like Instagram, and like it kind of protects it. So like I'm like okay, and I just ignore it. And then if they want to see more, if they want to see something, I send it, but I put a hefty price tag out because it pissed me off. for doing
Yeah.
that. But yeah.
I wonder what that is.
It's just a cucumber in someone's hand, dude.
They're holding up some chorizo or something.
Why does it look like that? No, yeah, that's I like. I'm not trying to be an asshole and just look and judge them or anything like that. Cause like honestly, I don't really have respect for those people. But
Yeah.
like I don't know. I've had recently someone message me a photo. And it's blurred, but I can see it's like, it's my Tinder profile. I'm like, what the fuck? And I click on it. He's like, hey, I saw you on Tinder. And so I'm trying to shoot my shot here. I'm like, you're trying to shoot your shot on OnlyFans.
Well, I mean,
Do you have your OnlyFans link like on your Tinder?
No.
What the
No. So he had to find me on Instagram.
Where do you have it? Oh,
So he found you on Instagram, but he
yeah.
messaged you through OnlyFans instead of messaging you through Instagram.
Hey. So I was like, I
mean,
just
he
left
paid.
him on scene, yeah. And
a
then
little bit of premium access.
No, yeah, dude, it was
Trying to see if he wanted to reach out or not.
I know,
fucking
right?
wild. But like I was like, I just
little
left it on
preview.
scene. And then last weekend I went to TKO with a friend of mine, And then I get a message like an hour later in, but I didn't see it until like way later on, like at 5 a.m. I saw it, and it says, hey, he just sends me a tip, and then hours later he's like, hey, yo, I just saw you at TKO with your mans. Like, and then he's like, should I approach? And I'm like, that's my bestie. It's not my mans, but don't approach me. It was just crazy.
Wait.
Oh, okay. Is that what he's saying?
Okay. All right.
Damn, dude, this guy with the on point
For
stuff,
real,
dude.
for
We
real,
have a
for real.
producer today. That's why.
Oh yeah, dude, we totally forgot to mention this at the beginning of the episode, but give me a 5-minute warning from right now. But anyways, behind the camera we have our homeboy, Mr. Picasso. P-I-C-A-Z-O.
And he's not mic'd up today.
No, he's not.
Super villain voice.
Super villain
the man
voice.
behind the curtain.
He sounds like MF Doom.
He's the new Josh.
I know, right?
Shit, I was gonna say something. I forgot. There was a creepy incident at this last mic drop, and I don't think you were there.
What happened?
You were name dropped specifically while on stage.
What?
Yeah, some dude went up there and was like, honestly, I came up here. You weren't there either, right?
No, I wasn't. I didn't make it out to the
he was
last
like,
one.
I came up here because I was in. I saw this girl who posts a lot about this stuff, but it was like a, she's her name's Eye on the Moon. And I was like, do you want to drop a fucking Instagram handle like that? That's weird. Like,
his name is I_on_,
like I'm gonna set the record straight. My Instagram name is baby it's okay, but when people see me, they go they call me Shibby. They're like, hey, Shibby, and I'm okay with it, but it's weird.
That's your dude just changing Shibby.
It's named like that. They're like, oh, you're Ion. I'm like, yes.
Ion.
I'm
Oh
trying to
shit.
finish the thing. They're like, Ion. I was like, yeah,
Iambic
Leo.
pentameter.
Yeah, so this dude was on stage, and first timer, I think. No, this is the second time he was on there.
You're gonna have to tell me who he is.
And I'll say it. That dude said the N-word on stage 5 times.
Oh my god.
5 times.
But did he give you a
hard R, dude? The hardest of R's, dude. He just said it up there like no problem. But it was funny as shit, dude. Because he was up there and he was saying he was calling Dom and what's the other guy's name?
My ex, yeah.
Oh right, yeah. He was calling Dom and that other dude. He was calling them thrift N-words. And that shit was fucking funny. That shit was fucking funny, dude. And he's like, yeah, but the thrift, and I was like, whoa. And then he kept saying it over and over. He didn't stop. And it was literally like when people weren't laughing and they were like, did this dude just say that? He was like, oh, you don't like the word? And he just he was dropping them hard. And so we
had
had to
from Seinfeld on stage.
We had to light him like at 2 minutes because we were just like, dude. I was like, Franny, get him the fuck off the stage, dude. And he was like, oh yeah, and like lit him.
Oh my god.
But that dude,
I guess I've officially been replaced as the most complained about to that guy.
No, there haven't been as many complaints because we were able to mitigate that situation, I think. But
that's so crazy. I wasn't there, even if I
had
was.
thrift neighbors.
The thrift neighbors.
But
even if I was there, he would have name dropped me like that. I would just walked right out.
Well, yeah,
because
he was there and he's like, I'm not sure if you guys saw her. But
I mean, what was the point of mentioning her? Like,
oh, there was no point.
Was she supposed to like stand up and be like, "I'm over here"?
No, I'm pretty sure
he was trying to. That was his shot.
Yeah, that was his shot on stage. 100. That's what it felt like. 100%. I don't know.
He really thought
I was about to make a
signing
sports
up for the
reference,
mic
but nobody's gonna
drop,
get it.
and then just calling her out from the stage.
Yeah,
by her Instagram
dude. I'm not
handle,
sure if you noticed this.
Was it supposed to be romantic or
not sure if you noticed this, but that dude,
romance.
He was hovering. He was lingering, dude, hard. Like he was right
Scoping
around
out the scene.
Yeah, it was. And he was like right. He was literally when you were standing in front of me. You were eating, I think, and this dude came in and he was just like over your shoulder and shit. And I was like, what the fuck is this about?
So
and then he walked off.
I don't. What?
Dude with facial hair. I would say his name. It doesn't matter. He's not watching. His name is Iro. You know. Iro? I don't know.
Hey, what's the Instagram handle?
I don't know his Insta, but
No, dude. I don't know it. That's
yeah. Oh well, he knows you.
No, yeah, like
that's crazy.
I've had to like once.
Imagine he starts
just
commenting.
to carry something on
Dude,
me
why
because of
is
that.
it only just?
I don't know.
It's being weird, right? In the chat.
All right. Have you ever had like any other situations like out in public where they're like, "Hey, you're that girl" or whatever? Besides like the one you just mentioned.
Oh,
in details?
that's so weird.
No, I don't think so. Just based on my Instagram, but
Okay.
now that I think about it, I feel like some of them, like some guys, just approach me thinking, "Oh, this is gonna be our first interaction," when maybe this entire time they've been watching me and stuff like that.
Oh, dude, that's crazy, huh? Damn, I never even thought about it. I've never even thought. I did not even think about that. But like, how does that?
I'm an easy target. Like
True,
4'11",
true.
I'm like 110 pounds or so. You know, like.
What's your workout plan now? But, how does that? Like having that knowledge in your mind, how does that affect like new interactions with potential
People?
like, let's say you see a guy that's like, I don't know, attractive to you or whatever. Like, how does keeping that in the back of your mind, does it like fuck with you in those types of situations, like meeting new people and stuff?
I feel like in a good way, it just makes me more aware about what they're saying and how they're acting around me and stuff like that. Cause like sometimes you just don't really think about that stuff. I guess like the red flags and stuff like that. But now I've been more, just like I even call them out. I was like, "You have mommy issues, don't you?" I kid you not. I mean, some of them just take it just fine, but like I kid you not. Like I just like try to really analyze them for myself, and then some people, I'm like, "Can I see your ID?" And they're like, "What?" I was like, "This is for my safety, bro." Like,
I need to know where the fuck you live, homie.
it's just
Where your grandma
crazy
stay,
'cause, like, it's
where your mama stay. And
I was gonna say like, and also I think now in 2022, to be offended or like weirded out by somebody having an OnlyFans is like very small dick energy.
I've encountered some people this year actually that have been like that. Even last year, a military guy that's not even from here, he told me, "Why are you doing that? Do you need money? Why are you doing
military.
that?" He's like,
The military guys are always like, "What's wrong? Do you want to get
married?" That's funny because my sister's military and I always bully her about that.
That's fucking crazy. Here's another question that was submitted. How does one go about starting an OnlyFans?
Like,
apparently have a shitty boyfriend at the beginning. Let's start off.
You need a good origin story. No. So, I mean, you would need to put in your ID.
Move the mic closer a little bit.
You need your ID and your bank information and everything, like the legality stuff. But like, because you can go about it two ways. You can either put this on your profile on your actual like public stuff, and then use those like whoever's been wanting at that, or you can just start afresh and start hiding yourself. Because I've had people reach out to me like, "Oh, I want to start, but I don't want to show my face, or I don't want people to know it's me." I'm like, that's perfectly fine. That's where Twitter comes in, and like other places are not Instagram or more personal, like Facebook. You use Twitter and like those like hashtags and stuff like that to find those people that are looking for that stuff specifically. And there's like a bunch of kinks that I throw in there for other people that want to start. Like there's people that are into masks, certain people are just into point of views and stuff like that. And like honestly, this is just stuff that you find from porn. You get me, like into those really specific kinks, and you just work with that and you try to get more creative and stuff.
Another question that was on there is, do you ever feel like you run out of ideas or like content to post?
Oh no, I don't think so. Well, on my end, some people feel like, yeah, I ran out of ideas, but like it's just like the way you perceive what you're doing, basically. If you're just treating it like, oh, it's just sex and it's just gonna be sex. But like if you try to, I guess, like like tease people and make it more interactive and stuff like that, you get more content out of that. And there's like people that don't like, there's polls and stuff like that. You can put polls and stuff like that. And
like inside you? Just kidding. Just kidding. That falls in.
Get out of the fucking
Sorry. It was a joke. I had to say it. Sorry.
Hey, do you do comedy or something? Or?
Yeah, dude.
Are you a comedian?
Sorry. Sorry.
So yeah, like there's just so many things. Like also like there's a bunch of different like outfits you can get out of this. There's like a bunch of like lingerie like shops that you can get stuff out of it. And then the seasons, if you pay attention to the seasons, Easter's coming.
Bunnies?
And Easter's not the only one that's coming.
See, I just have to see the holiday and you guys went off.
Dude, we need a fucking rim shot.
Yeah, I know, it's out there somewhere, but I don't know where. Easter's coming, and so are you.
Yeah, dude.
That's the
You
that's
better
the new
use that.
tagline.
You
Yeah,
better
dude,
use
for
that,
free
dude.
right here
Since
for
last
free,
year I've
bro.
had a rabbit suit and stuff. Like people would even know that last year when I was wearing out and about, I looked at my like black ears. They're from a laundry cosplay. And I was just wearing out and about because like I like the texture of it because it's latex.
So how do you feel like OnlyFans has influenced your mental health?
I feel like it made me more like in control of what's coming out of what like online wise. Cause I like back then there's always that fear. It's like, oh, did my nudes get leaked? You know, when you're trusting that one person or whatever. So now that you're like, I'm monetizing it.
You're like, they better get leaked.
Yeah, I was like, and that's just the
Do
tip of the
you
iceberg.
do you like watermark your stuff?
I used to, but then I just stopped because I don't know how I'll watermark more than what I post because I posted so much already. And like, that's not even a promo for myself, but like, que hueva, honestly.
Spark post, dude. You
But
put
there's like a
watermark on everything.
there's a little thing in the bottom.
Just
that
brand
says
yourself, dude.
I don't want to tattoo this in my. Oh man.
Become a permanent.
That's
ranch
probably
hand of the
somebody's
Yellowstone,
kink, dude. It's like a farmer.
My.
Yes, that's where I got it from.
Oh man.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask, what's the weirdest shit that you've been
I was
asked
about to get
Yeah,
to
I
that.
want to get to that too. What's
Oh,
the
they were-
weirdest
that-
shit that somebody's asked you to do?
That you've that they've
Like a request.
yeah.
Well, so this one's a little like more personal because someone's like, "Can you make a video on your knees and the camera's behind you so you can see my cheeks and my legs and like, can you spank yourself and say my name?" And I'm like,
That's kind of awkward.
That's a lot.
"What's your name?"
Yeah.
And I was like,
What's your name?
What's your name? And he's like, and he tells me the name, and it was my best friends at the times, like baby daddy or whatever. And I was like, I'm not saying that, bro. Like,
Oh my God.
you might not be him, but I don't care. I'm not saying that. That's too weird. It's as if it was my dad's name or something. Like, I was like, no. My dad didn't even know that I have this.
Damn. That's fucking
What would you do
crazy.
if you found out though? Like your dad.
I don't know.
Get enough.
You know?
So when I told my mom about this, like I told my mom personally, and she's like, he can't find out. And I was like, he's not going to. And then like sure enough, like later that year he passed, and I was like, well, he's never gonna find out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Holy shit.
I love how you were gonna say a joke.
I wasn't. No, I wasn't gonna say a joke. I wasn't gonna say a joke. I was just asking, like, what would you do? But I mean,
But it would have been the same thing as when I told my mom. She would have been like, well, are you being safe or what are you posting? And I tell her, I was like, well, it's just, that kind of like, And my mom was like, I know what? I'm like, Mom, you were young once.
You're like,
Mom.
Mom, do you like this brunch I'm taking out on or not? All right, so shut the fuck up.
Do you like the money I'm making? Do you like it? Has a price.
But eventually, months later, she's like, Mira, para tu. And I'm like, put that down.
Oh, no. Mom's like, I got my eyes on a new fucking car.
I mean,
How
like-
about you try this shit on?
we like supportive moms. We do
Yeah,
like
we
she's
supportive
love
moms.
supportive
So
moms.
that's why I was able to come out to her before anything, And I had it was like, hey, Mom, by the way, in case anyone tells you, you already know, And she's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, dude, get your fucking paper.
Has she always been like that, or has
Oh,
it been
yeah.
like a journey?
Oh, well, I guess like it's like a little bit of both because like let's say in middle school she's the person that helped me dye my hair. So like they're like, oh, have you ever always dyed your hair? I was like, yeah, since middle school, and it was my mom that helped me. So I was like, I guess like a little bit like forward of her, like, oh, that's so cool of her. But at the same time, I couldn't come out to her as like like bisexual or anything like that because she would be like,
You can put
Super.
like your chair more to the front.
That's
There
what
you
I was
go.
telling her earlier. It's like, get closer to the desk.
oh my.
There
Sit
you
on the
go.
desk if you want, but like get
Right.
close to the mic.
But yeah, it was a little hard to come out to her about certain stuff because then again, like she is Mexican
Super
Mom.
traditional
Mother.
type.
mother. She's a
Yeah.
Mexican mother, and coming into America for the first time and like all these new things, I totally get it. So, but I'm really
You don't try to
grateful.
overwhelm her.
No, yeah, of course not. No, not at all. So like little by little, I was able to open up to her once I started like being in my 20s and stuff like that, and being more open with her because we're all growing up. You get me? Our parents don't really have faults at sometimes.
Yeah.
So
like,
yeah, I'm
you
really
gotta be-
grateful for her.
That's fucking dope. That's
really
an
nice.
answer that I wasn't expecting.
It's
I'll be
very
100% honest.
wholesome.
Oh.
Yeah, right?
Not to
Makes
say
you
that
feel
it makes,
warm.
but
Yeah, she's literally my best friend. So
That's
yeah,
so cool.
yeah, I'm really grateful for her.
I have a good question here submitted by one of our audience members. what's your long-term plans with your OnlyFans, and how do you plan on expanding your business?
If you do.
If you do.
Well, what? Which one? So,
OnlyFans.
long term, I would think. So it all depends actually on the website, because recently, in October, there was this hit thing that like the law was gonna change and like on the website, and then that nudes were gonna be in there, and that OnlyFans was gonna change, and like.
Oh yeah, they were about to fuck the whole thing up, right?
But like that was on them and everything, and they're
I
like.
think it was a promo stunt, but anyways.
But like people were asking me, what are you gonna do about it? It's like, well, there's mini vids, there's like a bunch of other websites.
Would you still like want to continue doing your content, or is it something that's just like whatever to you?
Well, about myself right now and taking these photos, I might as well make something out of it and have it in an archive, and people are like, also appreciating it, because I've had my fair share of creeps that are like, oh my god, seeing just like that they want to like me and everything, and I'm like, oh no, dude, like get off the internet, bro. But then there's people like, hey, I know, and they're like, oh no. But then those people, I was like, hey, like that's a really good pose, or like, I like how you're like how the lighting looks or whatever. Because sometimes like I'm not fucking around when it comes to like my angles and stuff like that. Like I just like to look good. So if I'm making money out of it, I might as well. And then it's just on my phone. It's super easy. It's just on my phone. I'm not using any like
you're not investing like a stupid amount of time
I'm not
and money
investing
into
in it. Yeah, not at all. And like I like the outfits. I don't mind it at all. I would joke about it to my mom about becoming like a stripper and stuff like that. But eventually she's like, well, are you gonna do it? I mean, the drive is a little far. And I'm like, thank you, Ma. But I can't dance for shit, Ma. So I'm sorry, Ma.
You'd be surprised, girl. Most of these strippers don't.
I went, but still, I mean, I work too much right now, and it's just on just images and like clips and stuff. It's not that difficult.
And so I have a question about that. Do you consider yourself like a sex worker?
Or
does it not fall under the category of like sex work?
Basically, because if I would have uploaded my stuff on Pornhub, I would be technically
a porn star.
Yeah, right? And then on tax-wise,
you're a star.
Tax-wise, it's adult content and stuff like that. So
okay.
Yeah.
Really? They have adult content on like tax forms?
On fucking Intuit, like
strippers
TurboTax
have to pay taxes also, and they have to put it under a category and everything.
So are you an OnlyFans creator?
Crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
You gotta pay that nalga tax, dude.
Yeah.
The nalga tax.
That's a good one, right? We should have titled this episode that the nalga tax.
No, I like the one we're at.
So
we got bills to pay.
Yeah, we got bills to pay finally. So this is cool.
Hey, so welcome to Aliens on the Border. Aliens on the Border's first ad
Let's try
run.
again.
Yeah, repeat. That didn't happen. Hey, what's going on? We got bills to pay. Welcome to Aliens on the Border first ad run. Yeah. We have sponsors now. Holy shit.
Yeah, dude.
So, hey.
You've ever gotten a tattoo before?
I have gotten a tattoo before.
Really?
And you want to ask me where I've gotten that tattoo at?
Yeah.
Por Vida Tattoos.
No shit. Tell me about them.
Dude, I'm not going to do it like that. That's so weird. So check it out. Por Vida Tattoos always been real super cool with us and helping us out with everything from, the content that we've been able to create with them. And as well as giving us super fucking cool tattoos. And also whenever I'm on the road for comedy shows, and I wear their merch. I wear Consafo shirts and Por Vida shirts. And they're always super cool in terms of comfort and quality. And they're super cool designs as well. So
are you rocking one right now?
I am rocking.
Let's take a gander.
Tattoo, and this was actually not on purpose. I just wear it because it's one of my favorite shirts. Por Vida Panther. Right? Nice. I'm not sure if you can even see that on there.
Yeah. Whatever. Well, I mean, I don't know on the camera, but I can see it.
Well,
yeah, you can
see it.
You can see it with your eyes. Thanks.
Yeah.
So Por Vida Tattoos and Gonzavo's Print Co. are our sponsors for this episode and for the following episodes for a good while too. We are open for sponsors, so just keep an eye out for that. But so with that, we do have a couple of points.
Yeah, make sure you go to porvidacs.com if you're interested in learning more about how you can go about getting tattoos with Gabe or any of the artists that are at Por Vida. If you want some awesome T-shirts, cool printed stuff, go to consafosprintco.com. They do hand printing and they've been doing it forever. We really, really, really love both Por Vida and Consafos. So please go ahead and check them out and make sure that you buy their shit and get tattooed.
And tell them aliens on the border sent you.
Yeah,
They
dude,
do
tell
wanna
them.
get their little return on investments and say, hey, saw that you're sponsoring very proudly the Aliens on the Border, podcast. So, yeah.
So again, porvidacs.com. Actually, next month they have a huge international tattoo fest that's located at the Webb County Fairgrounds, the Webb County Pavilion, and that's going to be April the 22nd through the 24th. Also, Consafos is going to be at a pop-up this Saturday, and hold on, let me get the details on that. This Saturday, Consafos will be at a pop-up in San Antonio. Oh, no, where is it?
Hey, well, so while he looks that up, follow on Instagram at Consafos Print
Okay, here we go.
And follow Por Vida at
porvidacs.com.
No, Por Vida Tattoos, I think it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You were talking about the Instagram handles?
Yeah,
so yeah, at Por Vida Tattoos for Por Vida and CS Print Co. for Consafos. Is it their old Instagram had gotten hacked.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot.
And yeah, so this Saturday, March the 12th at 6 to 10 p.m., Consafos Print will be at the SA Local Market at Main Plaza. You can go to their Instagram, and again, that's CS Print Co. on Instagram, and you'll see that post right on there. Go and show some love. All our listeners in San Antonio, people in that Austin area, go down and buy some cool shit. And let's get back to the naked truth.
Thanks for sponsoring us, by the way.
Yeah.
I fucking love you.
Shout out.
And hey, I think we fucking crushed that ad.
That was horrible, but
no,
it'll
was
be fine.
actually
We'll do
great.
it better.
No, it was good. It's our first one, but it was also perfect, I think.
It definitely was perfect. But in any case.
So
okay,
let's
but
get
back to Izzy.
Back to Izzy. There was a question that I had, and I completely lost it because we were going to do an ad read. So like, does this affect job prospects in any way?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
How so?
It has, because I've seen other like content creators get at the worst case scenario literally let go because the companies don't feel comfortable with their employees like associating and that kind of stuff, because the companies tend to be run by older people that just tend to really take that
from
too hard.
machistas.
Yeah, like they take it too personal, I guess.
It's also like I think
more conservative.
So I have a new job, and this job is.
Oh, and they don't let you do OnlyFans?
No, you know what? I don't even know if they'll let me podcast.
Too bad.
No, okay. So I work for. I shouldn't even say, right?
No, you shouldn't.
I shouldn't say. Okay, well, I went to
you
the
work for a dual school.
I went for this. I work for a place, and I have a new job. I work for this place, and at the new employee orientation that we went to, they were like, "Hey, so just so you know, you do have a public image to uphold. Any public image stuff that you have or whatever. Like, so just be mindful about the kind of stuff that you're doing in the social network sphere." And I was like, I'm gonna do a podcast about it. No,
like take vagina.
For real.
I was
we're
like,
talking about vaginas and sex.
Paying money for sex.
I really, and you know what's funny? Two people now, in at work have now identified me.
You're that guy, right?
Roger.
Yeah,
Roger.
It's happened already.
What, did you really believe that it wasn't gonna happen?
Dude, they went up to me and they were like, "Hey, I feel like I recognize from you somewhere. You from somewhere." And I'm like,
"No, you don't.
No, you don't."
No, I'm new here actually.
I just moved.
They were like, "Do you do YouTube?" And I'm like, "Nah." They're like, "Oh wait, you're the guy from that podcast." And I was like,
"Is your
what?
name YouTube by any chance?"
You mean Beans, Brews, and Buds? I was like, no,
BB&B? Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Kevin. Thanks. Nice to meet you.
Kevin Laredo.
They identified me and they were like, "You're from Aliens on the Border," and I was like, "Shut the fuck up."
This theme song just started playing.
And they were like, yeah, I watch your shit every now and then or whatever. Like, it's a super cool. I saw this last one that you did about the brewing company or whatever, and I was like, you mean the one where I ended up very drunk at the end of like?
You should have been like, okay, sign up to my Patreon.
No, I was gonna. I didn't say shit. I was just kind of like, I sometimes do that, like all the time, whatever. And then another person identified me from the comedy, and that's I think worse. Because I think if I mean, like, I'm pretty tame on the podcast, but on the I see some outlandish shit on stage sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting. I'm kind of whatever, honestly. If I do end up getting, you know, identified and they give me like a warning or whatever, I'm just like, I fucking quit. Like, so I'd
It's
rather
fine.
I'd rather
You're gonna be
this,
a millionaire off of AOTB
eventually,
soon. So.
yeah.
100%.
I want those.
Not eventually, soon.
I want those 300 fans, dude. Are you kidding me? 300 fans at our highest tier. Sheesh.
Dude, let's just make like a AOTB lingerie and then just be like, where, dude?
People
It's
come
fucking
to me,
AOTB.
you know, and they're like, "Oh, can you like wear our like my hoodie and stuff?" And like, and
then give it back to me after.
And then and I'm like,
without
Washing
fucking
it.
washing
and they're
it.
trying really hard, but I'm like, I know what your agenda is, and I'm not. No.
That's why I'll
What do you
say it
mean,
up front, dude. Advertise this.
Yeah. For real.
What's the agenda?
Wait.
Oh,
Like they want free promo.
right? Is that what you were? That's what you were implying, right? Yeah, that's what I was.
Hey, you know what? When we get merch,
Some crop hoodies.
Just squirt all over one of our
Super
T-shirts. You
down.
know, fuck it.
Squirt over one of our t-shirts.
fucking say? God damn it, Josh.
And then we can raffle it.
Yeah,
and then we
dude.
can raffle it.
Hey, you can sell it. It'd be like $300, bro.
300.
1,000.
God damn it, dude.
I don't know.
Vato.
Hey, nothing that is said on this podcast should be taken seriously. Full disclaimer or whatever.
Yeah, this is a character.
Yeah, dude, this isn't real.
He's a comedian, guys.
Yeah, you are, Roger.
What was I gonna say?
Well, I wanted to
damn,
talk a
that
little bit about
comment
the.
threw me off.
Yeah, did it really?
Yeah, a little bit.
Come on, bro.
What were you gonna say?
I wanted to talk a little bit about like the stigma behind women taking control of like the. I don't know if the narrative is the right word, but seizing the power by using their body for monetary gains. You know what I mean? Because that's still like relatively new. Because I think before, so like, because porn in and of itself is relatively new, right? What do we got? Like 3 decades, 4 decades, more or less.
I'm a porn historian.
No.
Do you
pretty
not
sure
read
it's
books?
I'm sure it's
I
very.
just kind of like thinking. I'm
I'm pretty
rationalizing
sure
it,
they
like-
had like some
Oh, yeah,
hieroglyphs of their like
whenever I studied porn in high school,
Y'all didn't take porn 101 in high school?
porn 101, dude. That we called that anatomy, baby.
Exactly. What's
Some
up?
biology.
No. It's not that like porn is new. It's just that it's still pretty frowned upon because at
Yeah,
some point,
yeah.
like there's statues with dicks and stuff out there, you know, from the
the
ancient
porn
times.
exists.
You know, it's always been a thing, but over time,
Yeah, dude. Remember Plato used fucking little boys? Dude?
That's true. That's
Just,
fucking wild.
we just became conservative over
Socrates,
time,
actually,
and then
yeah,
like it
fucking-
became frowned upon. You know, like in the 80s, and like, oh yeah, when you see the knees,
Yeah.
you know, like or the like the.
Oh my god,
The
it's her neck.
Victorian era, like, oh, she showed me
Fucking saw her
ankles.
ear.
Yeah, the ankles. Yeah.
Let me see that clavicle, baby.
I saw some of her.
it was just frowned upon, and now it's just coming out more into light.
Dude,
you know?
imagine
People
OnlyFans
are-
in Victorian times is fucking $1,000 for one of these and shit.
Yeah, dude.
Me selling hair.
Bam.
Fucking 200 for one button
Bam,
from the
bam.
dress and shit.
Calm down, ma'am.
I know.
Come
Calm
on, baby.
down. Calm down.
Let me see that swamp pussy. Sorry.
Yeah, dude.
Y'all go off.
Yeah,
it's
man.
Like, y'all go.
Victorian era, dude. I'm just, you know, they said that whole thing. Imagine getting laid in the Victorian era, where it takes like 2 hours for her to take off her her dress
corset and her dress.
for it to be some like river water bathed. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, sorry.
But it's a thing also in the Victoria era that when the couple would first marry, the family would be chilling outside the room.
Waiting
Did
for
you
them to
know-
consume their marriage.
That still
Consummation.
that still happens,
In
and
the
it's
Middle
fucking
East.
weird. So
It's fucking weird.
I took a
for free.
I took a class.
You took a class where, as a family, they would go sit outside.
No. Before you fucking
Are you
twist it. So I took a class.
All right, guys, we're
So-
going to listen to this couple fuck. Let's go.
All right, so check this out. I took this class. It's called sexual literacy. We just read porn. That's kidding. That's a
We just read 50 Shades of Grey, dude.
That's a good joke. It's called sexual literacy, and it was a class they were teaching at TJMO. I had to take it. It's actually a seminar class. I had to retake it because I left in the middle of my freshman year because it's like, you know, family stuff.
So you took porn 101 twice.
It was
Yeah,
essentially
pretty
no. It was only one class. So
Do
I
you put that
took
in your
it-
resume?
and
Like
I-
the special skills?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sexually literate.
Dude, 100%.
Sexually
Like I know what I'm doing, and I can prove it
Certified.
from my
I know how to
fucking-
read a porn real good.
My transcript tells you that I'm like I know about sex. I'm
I'm Photoshop certified, but if I had that.
I took this class, and in this class they give you like a whole like talk about like sex, and it wasn't it's essentially sex ed, but more like in depth, I guess. So they talk about everything, and even like I think that was like my introduction at that point to understanding more about like things like pronouns and
Well, what did you learn?
and gender identity and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't know where I was going with this, honestly, but
because
you just said that you took a class in it.
yeah,
no, there was something about it before that we were mentioning.
the
that I
tangent I
couldn't
was trying to go into was just kind of trying to destigmatize women monetizing.
Oh, the
their
consummation
looks.
thing is where I was going at. That's where I was.
So we
saying.
ended up at consummation.
Yeah, so the consummation thing was females were literally viewed as property for
Still
a
happens.
long fucking time. Yeah, it still happens, and that's why all those traditions were actually part of what essentially was a transfer of property.
From the
Things-
parents
when
to
the
new husband.
it's viewed as a very sweet tradition, but the whole thing about the father walking the bride down the aisle and like handing off to the groom or whatever, that is a literal transfer of property that happens. The consummation of marriage is supposed to be
you branding your property.
it's very fucking creepy. It's actually weirder when you think about it from the stance of the parents, because essentially what it's doing is it's all the family, and the reason why the consummation thing happens is that they would bring up they I don't know, come downstairs and show bloodstained sheets, and they do that because it's the father's pride of saying like, look, my
She was a
daughter
virgin.
was a virgin. So that's a thing that would happen, and it was so like prominent specifically in like early eras, I guess. It was so important that some females would shove things like little like
Ketchup
pockets.
packets.
No.
Oh,
It's
if only it was simpler.
kind of something like that, but it was actually what they would do is they would get little like packets of like pig's blood, and they would insert it so that way when the male was, whenever they're fucking, the pig's blood would come out and stain, and they would be able to say, because if they weren't virgins, like obviously, and even
I
that's
mean, but
still
not
that,
every
it doesn't
girl
always happen.
bleeds,
Yeah, that's
so
what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Doesn't always happen, and you can also have like, I think your hymen cannot be intact sometimes.
Also, if you were a fucking gymnast or like shit like
That
that,
was important,
like,
If you rode a bicycle,
yeah.
dude, yeah, like stupid ass shit like that.
Yeah, so that was a thing, and those are all things that we learned in that as well. So the whole like
What was the purpose of you taking that class?
it's so freshman
perpetuate the patriarchy,
hold on,
please.
freshman seminar classes, you have to take them. You have to have a credit of a freshman seminar class. It's not like
It's a money
not-
grab from a university.
Yeah,
pretty
it's
much.
not core. It's not a core class. It's not an elective. It's just a seminar class that you have to take.
They're essentially like, welcome to college life, and this is
am
shit
I
you can
wrong?
expect.
Did you the
Sex
seminar
ed.
classes, like you had to take seminar classes?
No, you're 100% right. I took seminar classes too.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
that's fine.
I did, and I also had to take seminar
Oh
classes.
yeah. So, but there's different
didn't go to
ones.
Temi.
There was just the only one that was open in the time slot that I needed it in. So, but there were other ones. There's like like philosophy ones, some bullshit movie ones, I think too. But it was an interesting class. It's actually really cool. I remember one time we had a very long discussion about why there was a rise in incest porn on Pornhub.
Have you
Why-
ever gotten any incest porn requests?
Did you ever
No.
get somebody asking you?
to say,
No,
hey,
thankfully,
stepbrother?
no.
Yeah.
Thankfully,
What are you
no.
doing?
Fuck.
But
There's
like
a button
after
that-
I
there's a
would do
button.
some research, please do. Yeah.
Just press one of them.
No.
Whichever one.
The bottom right. No.
Yeah,
That's that one.
cut off the other one though.
Nah, it's
All right,
not,
that's
it's
fine.
not.
You're
No,
good,
no,
you're
no,
good.
no.
All right, cool.
Thankfully,
Press it
I
again.
haven't gotten asked that. But I did notice also in porn whenever I would search up like what's What's new? You get me?
Or you just go to
It's
to
the
Pornhub
top-
Home
it's the
and it's
top.
like
Yeah, it's all a
most
bunch of
viewed in
them.
America, and I was like, who the fuck is out
all
here
of
watching
them, all of them are like naughty
No,
family.
and you know what
Yeah.
someone told me?
Bratty
Someone was like,
stepsis.
just don't look at the title. I'm like, I don't care.
Dude, we
Yeah.
had this discussion today. Actually, we were talking in a group chat, and I was telling my friends make fun of me because I said at one point I was, sometimes when you're watching porn, like
You're like,
plot
"Fuck it."
plot kind of matters. It does it not? Am I? Hello? Like it's
A porn movie.
Does it not? Does it help? I mean,
To
maybe
a certain extent,
maybe-
I don't know.
maybe it's just me. Look, so I
Everyone's just being shy, Roger.
I was saying
No,
this
I'm
one
s-
time. I specifically avoid videos that say shit like "step bro gets mad at step sis for playing Xbox or whatever," right?
And then
Nice.
fucks her,
and then
or
whatever. or stepmom fucks stepson.
Oh, dude, the best ones are
on
like
vacation.
stepmom stuck in the laundry.
Yeah.
what?
Stepsis stuck in sink.
Luckily, I
Step
don't
bro
have a
comes
laundry
in.
machine or anything like that.
Luckily,
So
I don't have a sink.
That's actually fucking
I
hilarious.
can't.
So I avoid those videos specifically. And one time, one of them slipped through the cracks because, like, the video. I'm serious. One time, and this is well before you, so don't worry. But I was watching this video, and it was just kind of like, it was an attractive model, right? And she's like sitting down, like writing on this like pad or whatever, and the title was just like her name.
It looks intriguing.
And I was just kind of like,
You
whatever.
were like,
right?
she's
Writing
writing.
a what?
It was
A
just
pad?
She was
She's
writing
writing.
on a,
She's
on
my
a
type of
fucking
girl.
Writing on a pad.
writing on a
Okay.
notepad. Whatever.
All right,
anyway.
all right.
So then she's there.
Writing on a
and-
tampon, Josh.
The fuck, I was like, what?
So then, let me finish. This is good. So she comes up and this dude comes up and starts like groping her, doing the whole thing, whatever. And the music starts, whatever, right? And
Nice.
and then
nice.
and then they're about to start, and I'm just like, yeah, this is cool or whatever, right? And then she's
You
like,
were about to start.
and then she's like, "Stepdad, I haven't finished my homework." And I was like, no. Close that bitch out real quick. And
Kills the vibe. Just turns off the phone.
No,
No.
100%. And I'm like, I can't. Like, and my friends are like, "Why don't you just watch them on mute?" I'm like, "What the fuck? I'm not deaf.
Talk
Like, I
shows
want
on
to
mute,
listen.
dude. I want to hear her moan.
So I want to hear.
That's
no,
actually
I wanna
been a
hear them
request for
clapping.
mine. Just audios. I've gotten requests of just audios.
really.
Yeah.
It's like
Interesting.
ASMR shit or
So
what?
what are you
Babe,
doing?
that's what
So
you
when
can
you
get
said
into.
that, I'm like,
We can do some audio stuff. Yeah, down. No, okay. I'm sorry.
I can't even see Simona because of the fucking light.
I
feel
can't
I'm
tell
being
if she's mad or
blinded,
not.
like-
She sounds mad, but oh. Horny.
She's really turned on.
Right, yeah. I'll talk of incest porn.
So what do you
whatever.
do in
You
these like
kiss.
audio requests? Is it just like
I-
chewing or is it
Oh,
like
no.
sucking?
they just
or is
asked
it
me to
like,
I guess.
I want to hear your voice. like-
Chewing the worst fucking thing, dude.
Hey, people are into some weird ass shit.
That's facts.
So if they're just like, hey, I mean, people are into ASMR. That's pretty much the same fucking thing. Send me a
ASMR is
video
pretty weird.
of you chewing.
I want to hear you.
Is that what you're into?
Sir.
Is that what you're into?
Send me a video of you brushing your hair. Oh no, wait, audio, right? No,
Yes.
but anyway, so like, what have been the requests?
It's just been like, I guess just touching myself and stuff like that. They want to.
Oh, like
Okay.
you moaning, probably.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Like they
just-
want to hear you.
Mhm.
Interesting.
That makes sense, I guess. Does that go into like some of the weirder shit that you get requested?
No.
Or do you like that?
I don't care. Like it's less work for me because I don't have to look for.
Oh,
an
you can
ad.
just be like on your bed. Have you ever seen those memes that it's like whenever a guy and a girl are like sexting and a girl is over here like cooking and like, oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Pull down your
so,
pants, blah, blah. And the guy's
So-
over here like, holy fucking shit. Like,
OnlyFans also has a set schedule thing, so I can put like a few posts scheduled throughout several days, and I know that like in my head I was like, I hope people don't think I'm out posting this, like taking this picture at 4 p.m. when it's just me scheduling stuff and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that, because you can do that. And just,
I'm sure people buy
Easy.
into it, because a part of it is like they buy into the illusion that you care. Like if you're at a fucking strip club.
Yeah,
and,
people would text me and like
you know?
just try to have a genuine conversation with me sometimes. I kid you not. I know. They're like, oh, how was your day? And I'm like, fuck, I'm working.
It kind of sounds like a job I used to have. So
Wait,
whenever,
what?
whenever I used to sell insurance,
Whoa!
Whenever
Zoom in on me right now.
whenever I used to sell insurance, there was old people that was always like, "Oh, I don't want any insurance, but just talk to me."
Just talk to me, baby.
no.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking.
It'd be
annoying.
like, "Oh yeah, like I'm alone, like I haven't really had a conversation with anyone in like a week."
Sad AF.
No, yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
babe, what have you not told me about your work
I think
history?
that's creepy, honestly. I think that's creepy. Like, you know, like how bad are you of a person that you have to go to OnlyFans and like pay someone? You get me?
It couldn't be just bad. I mean, also shy, maybe.
Right, because I think it's
Shy
like,
boy.
I read recently a post somewhere. I think it was like on Reddit or something about this. I think. Oh yeah, the question was like escorts of Reddit. Like, what's the weirdest request that you've ever had or whatever? And it was this story about how this one escort was paid by some dude just to sit down and have a conversation with her because he had a really bad stutter and he needed to practice. And apparently they kept in touch and like there was never like any sexual favors. It was just them talking and that his stutter has massively improved. So
Oh,
very
success.
wholesome.
wholesome.
Yeah.
Success
Wholesome as
story.
fuck.
Wholesome
I mean,
escort
I know
story.
in
She
a lot
still
of
took his fucking
situations.
money though. Dude.
I
No
mean,
shit,
she's
that's so
providing a
kind.
service.
I'm joking. It's a joke.
She's providing a service. No, but like, have you guys ever heard about? Like, I literally knew this girl that she had a sugar daddy that would just pay her to like talk to him, like just because.
Fiction.
No, like
Works of fiction.
like we both enjoyed the money. So I know that she was like for real. Of course, I don't know if she like on the side would like,
Yeah,
you know,
like,
talk
not-
dirty to him or like stuff like that. But there's some weird shit out there. Like there's some people that will pay you for some, you know, basic ass or weird ass stuff.
I've gotten requested my own underwear.
I feel like that
You
sells a
said that
lot.
very, very casually. It's just
Because I feel like that is kind of like entry level shit if you think
Yeah,
about
it
it. You know what I
is,
mean?
and yeah, there's actual websites to sell your or used clothing and everything.
Give me them snail
There
trails.
are. And like socks.
Yeah.
Some
there
people are into socks.
I just, you know, I like my socks and stuff like that, and I.
I
then
get
I've
rid of my
asked-
socks like
I've
a
asked
motherfucker. So.
I've asked someone important to me that's always like around me. I was like, hey, do you think I should do this? And then this person's like, I mean, you can set up a PO box so your address is like, thank you so much for your support.
Yeah.
I just haven't gone through it because get away about to go to the post office. I'm working all the time.
that's some money I've heard though. Like,
yeah. I said
There's
this
a lot
one
of
time,
TikTok
just to-
videos about that.
Yeah, like just to fuck around, I was like, okay, $400 down, and I was like, Allah. And that's why I reached out to a friend of mine. I was like, what do you think you should
dude,
do?
I need to start catfishing some people.
100%, bro.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
If
guys
your underwear
that do
starts
it.
disappearing, you know.
Roger's gonna sell his own underwear.
100%.
Those
No,
patinas,
and then
a
the
lot.
videos
Make
about
them
it, they're like, oh,
seasoned as
sometimes I write a
fuck.
little letter and I spray that letter with my perfume so my customer gets my panties in. It's like this whole thing, and I'm like, it's too much.
What, do they
There's
want
a
them,
girl
like,
that would sell her
fucking-
farts in a jar. dude.
Yeah.
Like straight up.
Dude, Amaranth is
She
a
had to
streamer.
retire.
She was selling
She
her
had
farts.
like colitis or some crazy shit, right? Yeah.
What?
Yeah, some
The
shit.
girl, yeah, the girl,
Like, what the
so the girl that like she started selling her farts, she went into a really awful diet for herself, into yogurt, beans, all the farty stuff, and I
The
kid you-
farty
and she
That should have
So
been
she
the
was
fucking
lactose
title for
intolerant as
something.
fuck.
Her name was Farty McFly.
but it was so bad that she got sent to the ER. She went to the hospital for it. That she was told you cannot eat the stuff anymore. You cannot be putting gas like that. So she had to retire from her selling farts. But
And
the
she
fart
sells caca now.
Yeah, dude,
She actually
smells
no.
shit
This is
in
not a
a-
joke. She sells NFTs now.
NFTs.
All right, dude.
Same thing. If you ask me.
Might as well, right?
Yeah.
Might as well be.
Some farts in the wind. Dude. That's what it is.
Doves in the wind. baby.
I think. What was I gonna say? There was something I was gonna say.
I wanted to kind of stay on the subject on like how men are sad as fuck. Not all of us, but like
Jesus Christ. Josh.
no. Wait. Here, let me
Men are sad as fuck.
let me stretch out
You
this
heard
point
it
that
here.
I'm making.
Sad boys. You heard it here first.
No, but that's like the predominant mainstream thing now. Like sad boy hours. A lot of hip hop shit is like emo punk now, but it's in
always
hip hop. Not necessarily. It started
Now
like
it's
getting,
just cool.
it's cool
Sure.
to be
because of
suicidal.
TikTok.
Right, perhaps, but what I'm saying is that like I feel like masculinity has been like, dude, no, nobody wants that shit anymore. You know what I mean? Like it's not really.
Are you talking about the pussification of America, dude?
No, I don't think so. I just think that like the dynamic has changed a lot between just men and women in general. You know what I mean? Because women now are like very much empowered and like very like, oh hey, you know, all that shit. Not that that's bad. I'm not saying that that's bad at all.
Baby, we've been empowered. The only thing is that now because of social media, it's just like a movement and it's been happening a lot. And then obviously, I mean, yesterday was International Women's Day.
Shout out to all the women in the house.
It's more.
I identified as a woman for the
out
length of
there.
yesterday, so I could celebrate it too.
You want to get canceled?
Come on, no, it's cool. I'm trying to identify as a woman. Now we got a problem, right? No, I'm kidding. These are all jokes, by the way. I'm kidding.
I do not condone these types of stupid ass jokes. Just so y'all know, I always get very bothered at him for saying stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
Not bothered enough, I think.
No, I get
as
bothered.
someone that like, you know, I don't date as often. Like I don't like have like that many partners. But when I do start meeting people, I get to see both ends of like of like how they feel about it. When I say, oh, I have an OnlyFans, like, oh, that's cool. You know, that's cool. Like, oh, okay, cool. You know, and then like later on they ask questions or like, oh, like, you know, do you feel comfortable, whatever, and they're like, you know, they're chill about it, but then there's people like, oh, why do you do that? I was like, no, I'm not cool with that, like, you know, I'm like, oh, okay, like, I've gotten, like, I guess little connections ended for other reasons, like my religion or whatever, but, like, I've seen that, or, you know, people in my generation, you know, they're kind of, like, they really can't do much about someone else doing their own thing, so they're just like, oh, okay, and then eventually you find out how they actually feel about it, though, because...
Yeah.
I
mean, but
It's
at
you
the
to
end of the
accept it or you
day,
don't, you know?
it's
Yeah,
your
exactly.
decision.
Yeah.
You know, like they
so-
can think whatever the fuck they want to
Like
think.
the only most extreme guy was that military guy that like I met, and he was like,
I'm gonna
"Why
go
are
to
you-"
war for you.
He was like, why are you doing that? Like, if I send you money,
give
what are
me
you
a
gonna stop?
charger.
I was like, no, I'm doing this for funsies. Like,
Do you think you would ever consider like?
Sorry.
Do you think you would ever consider? Like, if you were to be in a relationship with someone that they're not comfortable with it, would that be like a deal breaker for you? Or
yeah.
for the correct guy, would you be like, okay, I'll retire?
so I personally think it's just boundaries. Basically, it's mostly about boundaries because in my last relationship, he was cool with it as long as I wasn't, you know, actually trying to get involved with people. And there's a way to just do that, just to be super blank and everything, just all about it. You know when you're being unfaithful. You get me? So like, which was kind of hypocritical of him. To first
Doing
place.
that shit,
You
yeah.
get me? But
I feel like if he would have been completely different with like, I don't want to be on it, but you should create one because I already have one. Like, I feel like if he would have said that he already had
Yeah, like
one,
approach
maybe
it
the
with honesty.
situation would have been different.
I don't think he should have been subscribing to other girls either. That's what
Yeah.
Let's
well,
talk about
that's the
that
thing,
for a second.
boundaries.
Yeah, like is that? Well, I mean, you've obviously expressed your opinion on that. So, like, for you being in a relationship with someone that is subscribed to other people's OnlyFans, like, I guess
Deal
people that
breaker.
you may know, that's a deal breaker.
I think if we're gonna get more serious, I would want this person to be, you know, prioritizing me and stuff like that. And if this person's going out to, you know, get off because he's sexually and like maybe even more want someone else, and you go ahead. You don't have to be with me. You can go right ahead, just not with me in the relationship, you know, because I'm good. You know, there's a lot of people out there, and I just don't have to be dealing with that. Cause,
Do you
know,
feel the same way about porn?
Yeah, like you can go ahead and watch and everything. It's just like they're not being such a weirdo about it. Because I've had people approach me like, "Do you want to make some content?" Just straight up, I'm like, "Nah."
No, but like your boyfriend, like let's
my
say
boyfriend,
that like
is
in
it
a
watching porn?
boyfriend relationship, like would you feel comfortable with your partner, white girl or boy, to watch porn?
Yeah, that's fine. Because like I watch porn also. I mean,
So what's the difference between porn and OnlyFans?
so the
more
OnlyFans
personal.
part, it's really more personal. Because on Pornhub, it's just a video, and then the
It's
comments.
like a random
yeah,
bitch.
It's just a random person just putting out their content. But on OnlyFans, because there's that like message, you know, thing that you can send message and you can try. So
Well, what if he's not messaging anyone?
That's
He's just
perfectly
like
fine.
subscribed.
I
And
still
that's what-
feel like maybe that would be like a breach of boundaries because I mean I feel it's like it's more girls you know.
You're still
right?
paying though. Like you're still paying to see this erotica stuff. Also, like there's also pages that are not fully erotic. They're just for like, you know, random stuff. You get me? Like there's yoga pages on OnlyFans. And
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
totally.
Completely understandable. So like it's all about communication and what this person's doing it, or like if what you wanna show them what you're doing.
And like
get
you
me?
said, it's boundaries. Like if you
It's
don't feel
boundaries and
comfortable
communication, you
with
know?
like et cetera, because like even like on different porn sites, like you can sign up and you have like a monthly fee, right? Like
Yeah.
even Pornhub, like you can sign up and you can.
I
Bang,
don't
bro.
know. Why are you
Take
looking at me for, dude? That's
Well, I mean, I don't know, but I know
Porn
like there
101, bro. What do you
are
mean?
accounts.
it's free. Porn free.
No.
Pornhub, easy.
Okay,
Free.
well, I was just saying.
I'm just joking,
So
I'm
okay,
just
so the
joking.
problem is probably like
Marlene hates me, dude.
tip.
100%. Okay.
She's out for blood, dude.
No, I'm not.
I
I'm
was just gonna follow up
interviewing
with that
her.
question though. Like, what if I was gonna say if you got into like a more serious relationship and they just said like, "Hey, I don't want you to do that," what would you do?
That's not gonna happen, baby. That's it. It's just not gonna happen. Like, I mean,
Money over penis, bro.
because like you're getting.
What if the penis is providing the money?
Well,
Me too.
Yeah,
you
you-
provide
Well, I
for
mean,
yourself.
obviously you too. You are too, but like, I guess
if
you would
it's
never
like
see
that,
your.
that would already be a clash with our personalities and how we perceive things. So that wouldn't, on the long run, be good for us anyway.
I feel like I know that sounds a little controlling and a little overbearing. Like I would never like if my girlfriend was doing that, I would never be like, "Hey, I don't want you to do that anymore" or whatever. But I would want to have like a conversation about it. I do feel like maybe though that's a little bit on like, you know, a little
like,
hypocritical.
I mean, you know the
in
boudoir photo shoots, right?
Yeah, of course I know him. Yeah, what about him?
It's almost the exact same thing. You know, you
No,
don't have
not-
to be.
Well, versus selling them.
yeah,
Like
Boudoir
there's
is like
taking them versus
is like
selling them.
classy, not
Classy porn.
fully nude,
Half
picture
naked
But
porn.
there's
photography.
also, like,
It's an art,
OnlyFans
dude.
with just
Honestly,
like
it's
that.
beautiful. Like it's very it's.
Yeah, and there's like like OnlyFans pages was just that. You don't see any of that stuff.
So my I think my point there was like if so you had already said that you wouldn't want your significant other to be
Like, hey, don't do that. Yeah.
yeah,
to
because
be-
if I
no,
want
no,
to
no,
stop
hang on.
doing it on my own, then I'll stop.
I'm saying like you would want your significant other to not subscribe to other people's OnlyFans, but you would have no problem with continuing yours.
Yeah, because it's all about communication. Like, if you want to be lustful towards other people, like, I don't have to be there. I'm not being lustful towards other people on my OnlyFans. I'm just posting my photos. Like,
I see
I'm not
the
being
distinction.
lustful toward these people. I don't entertain them as it is, even though
Well,
I'm
what
single.
if he tells you, okay, OnlyFans, like you know, post your pictures. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's for you. Like you just like
we can even collab,
posting
baby.
posting your pictures. So what if he was like post your pictures, but I don't want you to like do any like
requests.
private things.
Exactly,
yeah, like
yeah.
requests.
So that was the agreement with my ex and everything like that. And then I was like, yeah, sure, okay, cool. But like,
Yeah, dude, could you imagine how weird it would have been if like you were creating content for somebody else and you were like spanking yourself and like saying somebody else's name? I personally, like, if that were happening, I'd be like, no.
What if it's your middle name?
I know, right?
I'd be down.
that's why I don't say names. That's why I don't say names. No names.
No names.
names.
But
Nah, I'm way too
You
I
just
don't
say
think
daddy.
I don't think that there's anything wrong with your stance on it, and I also don't think that there's anything wrong with the opposite stance on it, where like if people aren't going to be tolerant of it, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And I completely respect that. Like, I made people like, oh, like, that's different, where I just don't deal with it. I was like, oh, that's fine. You don't have to. I do, not you. Like,
yeah, exactly. And it's a tough thing because like, especially like for like if somebody that was really like in a relationship where they want to be with that person, but then like that's the fucking deal breaker, that really sucks.
Yeah, that's it
like-
should be a non-issue, honestly.
Oh shit! It's
Should
like
be
a
nice.
fucking immovable object and an unstoppable force.
Let's pull another question. I'm sure there was a bunch more. on
There is
there.
a lot. What I was telling her actually before we started was like, oh, here's a good one. Has OnlyFans changed your point of view on how guys spend their money?
yeah. So,
That's a good one.
Right?
so there's this
Men
one
are
guy.
stupid, and I don't respect them.
There's this one guy that like he took off his account and like I'm like, good for you, dude, congrats, because he had sent me over $400, and once he took out his account and I found out who he was like a high school friend of mine.
Oh shit!
I know. I was like, oh, dude, this entire time. But I know that he has like a partner and a kid and everything. I was like, that could have been to diapers, bro. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Jesus Christ.
Nah, that's crazy.
So yeah, like I do judge a lot of people. You get me, like, and then there's people that are so ballsy, like, oh, just send you the money. Like, that's cool, I'll take it, but that's it. You get me, like, there's nothing else. You get me, like.
So it's straight up like a stripper.
This one's my favorite because it's worded in the way where it sounds like it might be somebody who's currently subscribed and it has a problem with the prices, I guess. 'Cause it reads, why ask people to subscribe for a price, but then charge for everything y'all upload on the platform? That's what it's read.
Yeah, he's mad.
He's mad.
It has a lot of
He's
question
not on
marks
my
in the question.
account.
A lot of questions. Yeah.
He's not on my account.
Oh, okay.
So there's like I said, 2 types of accounts. If he's subscribing to an account that's free or whatever, and you're gonna get a bunch of stuff that you have to pay for. But like, you know, if you subscribe, there's some stuff. But if he's talking about the messages, I guess he's just broke because it's not even that much. Like honestly,
That's
like,
some broke bitch energy.
yeah.
Would you recommend being an OnlyFans content creator to people out there?
I know exactly who asked that question.
I know you saw it.
It's my sister. My sister asked that question.
Just out her, dude. Out
It's
her.
fine. She doesn't care.
She's asking a lot of setup questions, man.
It depends on like where
That's what
you're
I'm telling you.
at. Like on my end, I was really comfortable with my mom and like the way it led up to it. It just worked out. But like, let's say you're just in a really like conservative family, then I'll be like, oh, like ten cuidado, or you get me. Or I've had people who you know happen to be in the military and they just can't, you get me, because if they get caught, you know, who knows what's gonna happen and stuff like that. Like it just depends on like your situation and stuff like that. And like someone's gonna ask like, oh, I need the money. I'm like, also like the thing with the money is that it doesn't always come consistently. It doesn't always come through immediately. And, you know, it's just it's supposed to be passive income for a reason. You're just not really supposed to be thinking about it, basically. It's not something you're supposed to be, like, living through and everything because it's inconsistent.
So I have a question. How much is the most you've made off of, like, OnlyFans in a month?
In a month, I think my most...
Like, on an average, not an exact number.
900 in 1 month.
That's not bad at all.
900. Yeah.
That's a good check. Dude.
Yeah.
A good extra check.
Good passive income.
Yeah. So like, how long have you been doing it for?
Since 2020.
So
Okay.
you've got so in a year, right? What you've seen it like increase from like these last 2 years, or like what has been like your highest paying year?
Oh, actually this January.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
This January, yeah. I thought that when I first started, it was like, you know, my best ones. And I was like, oh, whatever, because like I'm busy now and like, you know, I'm not really putting in that much or whatever. But no, in January, it was really
Popping
like,
off.
Yeah. And I was like, did I wear the right underwear in New Year? But yeah, it was just,
Did I eat the
it's
12 grapes or
interesting, you
whatever?
know. It's really interesting seeing the numbers and, you know, like how much people are willing to pay for, you know, just videos and stuff like that. And they just ask and they're like, oh, when are you going to be posting more content? I'm like,
On the topic of money, there's this one question on here that says, what are you doing with your money? Are you investing it, or are you just enjoying it before? I don't like the way it's phrased in this last part, because it says, are you enjoying the river before it runs dry? That's kind of implying that there is going to be a river running dry. But I guess, are you, just that first part, are you investing your money?
Oh, some of it I try to invest it, but then like life happens. I have my own place now and then my own car and everything. And it just like, you know, takes...
Well, that's an investment.
It just goes to your bills.
Yeah, it just goes, like, you know, some of it goes into my bills because, like, I am everywhere all the time. And it just, you know, it's just there, actually.
At your place of work, you're I would imagine, I'm not going to say you're the place of work unless you're comfortable with that, but the your bosses, I imagine, know.
Yeah.
What's that dynamic like? Are they just for it?
So my main girl and my main squeeze, she's super progressive like that. She's really open to that. She's like, go hook up. And I'm like, nah. Because sometimes, you know, I see her like that and she's just super, you know, cool about it. You know, she's in a really happy marriage and everything, but like to see her like just being so cool about it.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, she's like that, yeah. And so like they're like that. So it's really like nice. You know, I'm really like lucky to have, you know, a workspace like that.
A good workspace.
Do you want to ask this? Follow-up question by the same person. Have you ever been visited or gotten a letter from the feds due to the pornographic nature of your work?
No.
Does that happen?
I don't think that's a thing.
No, I don't think that's a
right?
thing. If anything, it would be the IRS. And then
where our money at?
So that, like a few weeks ago, when I was like thinking about it, I was like, ah, shit, new fear unlocked, the IRS, because I've been doing it on my own.
For real.
Because it's like my taxes are complicated now, because like, you know, I had 2 jobs last year, and I'm still with one, and it's like, you know, independently, and then my OnlyFans, and then now Snapchat, and it's just a little bit of everything.
Why Snapchat? You have Snapchat Premium or what?
Oh no, sorry. What was it? Cash App.
Oh, okay. Bet. Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Oh,
Snapchat.
this is...
No, I don't have. No, I do have Snapchat, but I say I don't because I never use it.
like, There's one about the source of if it's your only source of income. We know that's not the case. This one. What do you have any concerns about? I can't see it with your hand. Any concerns about your kids or future kids finding out in the future? I don't know what they said. Future kids finding out in the future.
No, I don't think so. It goes the same with like I like to think of it as like, you know what? A lot of porn stars in the 80s probably like, yeah, that's me. That's me, you know, right there back in my old days. So I just look at it like that, like, you know, I feel good. I feel like I look good. It's just an okay. Like, I'm not seeing it as a bad era for me, so I'm not going to be talking about it like that to my kids or anything if they find out. And if I have kids.
Facts. There you go.
That part.
Yeah.
Future kids
Yeah, and like,
speaking.
you know, they learn their own things on their own and they perceive it as their own. But when they grow older, they just tend to be more understanding if they want to. And you can just have those conversations with them when you're older. I think it's
You want to be supportive about that.
Of course. Yeah, that's like, you know, I just want to be almost like my mom. You get me? Extremely supportive and stuff like that. That's fine.
Well, you have a good role model.
Facts.
I have really good role models, like not just my parents, like, you know, my other workspace are really good role models. Like, I'm really happy with the people around me.
That's cool.
I have a question just because it pertains to something. I just wondered because I know a lot of photo shoots happen there. Do you create content at work?
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
no.
Okay.
That's funny because like there's people who's like, oh, can you take a picture right now? I was like, no.
No, I cannot.
But I do have old photos of where my place. I'm like, yeah, that's me right now. Sorry. But like, no. I feel like because of my workspace, it's so unique and everything. You can kind of tell. That's my fear. Like,
it's very identifying, I think.
Yeah. And like, I kind of don't like taking restroom stuff. You get me?
Right.
There's cameras everywhere. Nah, I don't think that's cool. Honestly.
It's not the quality you're trying to go for.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Yeah, personally.
Oh shit. There was a couple of other questions that I kind of wanted to get into, and this one kind of goes back to that whole situation that happened last week, last week, right, with the mic drop or whatever.
Yeah. Well, that one kind of goes up. I was gonna lead into one specifically, but I guess this kind of goes into that. Do you have the ability to block or cut off people from your content?
Yes.
All right, so that answers
I've had
that.
death threats.
Yeah.
I've actually had like a.
That's
death
what I was
threat.
gonna ask. What's been like the reception? I imagine most of it positive, but I mean, there's always the outlier stuff too. Have you received any sort of like unsavory stuff that's
besides dick pics, of course?
So like, it's never been like bad like reviews or anything, but it's been like someone sent me a butthole pic first of all.
Rate my butthole.
And it wasn't even on OnlyFans. This was on Instagram.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
Yeah. And I put, I'm sending this to your parents. I don't even know his parents. I don't even know who he is. I just put, I'm sending this to your parents. So he sends me this whole massive paragraph. But in the end, he's like, reply to this, and I'll make it my mission to find out where you are, where you live, where you work. I'm gonna
you know what?
He's probably like 13.
Nah, you
he's
know
like
what?
In his 30s. Like,
no, you know what? Do you know the person? Like,
I can't find his name because he's in my block list.
Okay,
and, like, I've heard from other people that he's not a good person.
You need to show me who that is because I think I could personally identify that person because, and I'll fucking out him on this
he's seen a lot of assholes.
Because he's into assholes or what?
No,
he's seen a lot of assholes in his name.
No, because he in a previous relationship of mine, we dealt with something like that as well, right? And this person has harassed multiple women. Across different platforms. It's been Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, even through text messages.
So scary.
And if it's the person I know, I confronted the person once because they were sending messages to I'm not gonna say her name, but it was another like friend of ours who is a friend of the podcast actually, who is a musician. And was sending her messages saying that to meet up, posing as somebody else, and it was very dangerous and it was very fucked up. And I knew it was the same person because they used the exact same picture shit. As for everyone. So I outed. I figured out who it was through some investigative work. And I confronted.
You went CSI on his ass.
You went Batman on him, or
100%, dude. I analyzed his screenshots on his Finstas and on his personal page to kind of figure out what it was and
figure out if it was the same butthole.
I'll find one. I'm sure.
Other than my ex and his,
Damn, you have a shit ton of blocked accounts, man.
Sorry,
I'm
yeah.
not sure if
Women deal with the craziest shit on social media, huh? Even
I didn't
and
even
you know what?
ask.
It might have changed.
doesn't look like it's on there, huh?
It was like a man in his 30s or so, like late 20s. He was like a way older man, and then from another.
You saw
girl.
a picture of him?
No. I just showed the page to a friend of mine, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I know him, dude. He's an ass. He's always like saying shit to other girls and stuff like that. He's not a good person." So then I took his threat a little bit more seriously because he was like, "I'm gonna do this and that in front of your parents. I'm gonna find when you work and this and that." And I was like, "Oh shit, I have one parent left, but okay."
I don't recognize if there is one. I think it's this one, but I don't recognize if this one is the right one. No, I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot of people here who's got like Finstas, so it's I don't know, it's weird. I'm pretty sure he might have changed it by this time because it's been like 2 years.
When this happened, it was like honestly also 2 years ago.
It was probably the
Oh,
same
shit.
person, 100%.
Going on like a
Because I told you
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it. It
yeah, I
happened.
remember.
It was actually a really big deal amongst me and my friends because it was nonstop, and it was personal because it not only did it involve like the person I was dating at the time, but it was coming back to me. This person like sent me shit,
Sending you
and
asshole pics?
not asshole
real,
pics.
rape my
There was
butt.
one time it was like there was one time we were what happened? It was my birthday actually. It was my birthday.
Happy
and,
birthday, Roger.
And I posted this picture. I was like hanging out with friends or whatever, and like I got this message that was like, "You stupid fucking bitch," like you're like, and it was like fuck you and everyone around you,
Fuck
and I don't
you,
know
Shabby.
what. And it was like
Shibby.
you know what's crazy? He specifically mentioned, he was like the incident,
Javier.
the fiasco that happened around the guacamole truck. You remember that?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so I commented on a page that happened to mention this or whatever, and he referenced that comment. He was like, "It's stupid that you support Black Lives Matter," and I don't know what.
Stop.
And he was like, "They're run by Nazis," and I don't know what. And then he was like, "Also, if you support women so much, why is your Instagram handle maybe it's okay? That sounds very rapey." And I was like, you know what? I'll give you that one. It does sound a little creepy if you put it in that context. But
Okay,
Because
fine.
that mentality, okay.
Okay, fine, butthole man.
For
But,
real, out here sending fucking asshole pictures, dude.
but yeah, so
Hey, Shibby. Dude, so
Change your
pull up
username
pull
now.
up the feed.
yeah, so as we kind of get close to wrapping here, we're gonna do a bit of a freestyle, and the person who's gonna kick it off for us is the host of the That's Just My Opinion podcast, Marlene. Can you rap for us?
No, I'm not gonna
I'm
do
kidding. That's not what I
Are
was.
you high right now?
Do you ever get nervous? Have you
Are you
subscribed to my
single?
podcast? I heard you had an OnlyFans. Is it true? And if you do, how much to rate my butthole?
You bastard.
Yeah, I started it.
Yeah, dude,
You're
there you go.
welcome.
So let's do some plugs.
Yeah. So, Marlene, where can they find all of your
Well-
stuff and all of your work?
Shit, my shit is gonna take a while. That's someone else. You start first.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah, do you want to plug your OnlyFans? Like you I'm being honest. Like
100%.
if you'd like, or whatever you want to, whatever you're comfortable sharing. If you
And
like,
you let us know who subscribes.
For real.
Oh no, yeah, I'll send you a screen.
we get a cut
We make a
actually.
group chat?
because-
And you let me know, and I'll let
Make
you
a
know.
special link.
Subscribe now. AOTB10 for 10% off.
Use promo code.
Do it.
So, to find my link to that kind of more intimate stuff is on my Instagram, and on my Instagram it's I_on_the_moon. I think my OnlyFans handle
It's
is like
Ion.
I/on the moon, like I'm on the moon. I don't know what I
don't know.
did there. I don't know why I did that.
Do you want me?
This is years ago. But yeah, like you can just find me on Instagram, and then on my bio, my link is for everything else that you need to see there if you want to find it.
Oh yeah, it is I_on_the_moon.
It's a little complicated. Baby girl.
So you can find That's Just My Opinion podcast on at TJMO podcast. New episode coming out tomorrow, featuring Beauty House, which is this really, really, really cool girl that actually lives in San Antonio, and she started like her own like beauty studio. And it's funny because she was telling me that her mom did Playboy. And I was like, that's so cool. I was like, that's so cool.
Iconic.
Super. Yeah. She's like, she's a baddie. And I was like, for real. And then obviously besides that, there's Border Town PS, which is my small business where I take care of animals in San Antonio. But besides that, I mean, my personal is on TJMO. So if you guys want to follow me there, just go to TJMO.
There you go. And of course,
since this guy wants to be part of the network, apparently, follow Beans, Brews, and Buds.
Oh,
on
now he
Spotify
does?
and Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes every other year.
Every other year.
Nice.
Funny.
Hey, I got a couple shows coming up. March 11th, this Friday, I'll be in McAllen at London Grill and Tavern. I'm going to be opening up for Josh, or featuring actually for Josh Cabaza. And let's see, March 16th, I'll be in San Antonio at Upstage Comedy Lounge. It's going to be my first time hitting that place. I'm really excited for that one. It's going to be an all Laredo lineup in San Antonio, so it's going to be pretty cool.
Is there a price to that one?
I think it's $5, I believe. So
see you there, brother.
Yeah, dude, I appreciate the support. And let's see, March 18th, which is that following Friday. March 17th, we're going to have the mic drop as usual. March 18th, we're going to have a locals only show of
Cultura Live.
At Cultura Live. It's going to be me and Ivan headlining, and it's going to be featuring Eric Parra, Francisco Flores, and it's going to be hosted by Esteban Gonzalez. And I'm really excited for that show. And April 16th, I'll be back in San Antonio for Rebecca Creek Theater. Still pending a couple of dates, so just follow me on Instagram at Baby It's Okay. And
It's okay.
And
follow me at Shibby, dude.
I don't need my handle now.
So check that out. And
of course, as always, shout out to our patrons currently. Ernie Garcia, congratulations on your marriage. And shout out to the homie Isaac.
We got two fucking patrons.
Yeah, we got two patrons. We got two patrons on our Patreon now. Woo, what's up, bitches?
I subscribe, but Josh needs to give me the money.
I know you're starting your OnlyFans. Your Aliens on the Border.
It is OnlyFans for our podcast.
For those of you guys that don't know, go to patreon.com/aotbcast to get OnlyFans content from Roger and I. But
we have his very spicy picture.
Yeah.
I'm holding him.
You
in
guys
the
can make
Titanic
requests.
Pose. I'm holding him in the Titanic pose. When we get to 10 subscribers, I'll put that picture up.
Yeah, so for our patrons, we're going to be doing a Batcast that you guys will have access to. So we're going to talk about the Batman. And Batcast, and we're going to review it and get into all the fucking cool shit that happened in the movie. I thought it was a great movie.
Were you even able to see the movie?
Yeah.
We were super fucking close to
we
the
were
screen.
super fucking close to the screen, bro. We were super fucking close to the screen. That's
my
true.
neck fucking hurt. Like, I was like, la verga. Like.
And so patreon.com/AOTBcast for exclusive content. We're going to be bringing up the first Aliens in the Butter very, 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 very soon. And you can only get that on patreon.com/AOTBcast.
We'll show you
right now.
We'll show y'all a preview. But
we'll show y'all like a little snippet of it and everything, but that's going to be some cool
y'all
stuff
gotta
on there.
motherfucking subscribe.
Yeah, go ahead and do so. And again, huge shout out to our sponsors over at Por Vida and Consafos. Go to porvidacs.com for everything related to Por Vida Tattoos, Tattoo Fest. The Por Vida International Tattoo Fest coming up on April 22nd all the way through the 24th at the Life Downs Pavilion in Laredo, Texas. Go to consafosprintcode.com for badass gear. They have some fly-ass fucking shirts.
They also have some really cute stickers.
Yeah, they have really cute stickers and a whole lot of other shit. They handprint all of their T-shirts, and they're really, really, really cool, and they're our first sponsors, so please go and support them so that we can all grow together.
Yeah, and hey, if you're interested in sponsoring the podcast, feel free
Email
to reach
us
out. Email
at
us
aotb.cast@gmail.com.
or just
Or
text
just
me.
see
dude.
Roger at the fucking mic drop.
Just
and
DM
say
us,
his name
yeah.
on the
Just
stage.
find
Just
him.
come up to me.
Yeah.
DM us
I'm-
on
I'm
Instagram.
Just
everywhere.
approach him.
Yeah.
He's really approachable.
I'm going to I'm going to cold brew after
Yeah, we'll
this.
be there.
So if you want
Shit.
to go there,
So if
and
y'all
just-
want to go,
and you would just go meet me and talk about sponsoring the podcast, and I'll talk to you about rates and stuff.
Do we have anything else? No.
I am vengeance.
I am vengeance. But also, Friday, April 1st will be the next 4DF featuring Marlene. We're going to be doing Fake Celebrity Deaths Part 2.
Oh, no shit, are we?
Yeah.
Oh, cool,
Yeah.
dude. I just found out about that on the podcast. I'm so fucking excited.
We talked about this
I
like
just found
weeks
out about
ago.
this too. Like,
We talked about this like a
I was
week
like,
ago.
what?
April
What
1st,
the
dude.
fuck? I'm kidding. What is April 1st? April Fools.
Hey.
That's not happening. No, I'm kidding. It is. It really,
We're
really
gonna
is.
talk about
Wait,
how
is
Avril.
it?
Yes, it is. It was-
We're gonna talk about how Avril Lavigne fooled everybody into being alive because she's not. She's dead.
Yeah,
she
she's
died.
Oh my
so
God, can
dead.
we talk about Jenny Rivera?
She died.
I'm down
we
as fuck.
can
Oh my
at
God.
40.
Because Jenny, La
But
Reina
she-
regresó.
So
Facts.
so Avril Lavigne.
She's alive.
Avril Lavigne died of lupus. See y'all the next one.
Wait. There's one more thing that I needed to say. The next
What
episode.
about Juan Gabriel?
The next episode, next Wednesday, will be featuring Sammy the House. So tune in for that shit.
Oh, Mr. the House.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye bye.
Cut it
We
off.
love you.
She was replaced by a backup dancer.
Bye bye. We love you. Hit the red button on the.
I